What's up? Big Herc 916. Positivity, motivation. Never settle for average. Go to bigherc916.com, pick you up some merch, represent, grab your bar of soap and wash your ass. Also hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Share the channel, man. You know, I tell you guys all the time that there's distractions all around us. And when every news station is locked into the same story, you know that the fix is in. So while the Titanic exploration sub was being looked for, JPMorgan to pay $290 million in settlement with Epstein victims. The proposed deal would settle a suit on behalf of victims who were sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein over claims the bank ignored warnings about him. This is a big story, man. This is a major story. Why haven't we heard about it on the major outlets? Because they're all bought and paid for. JPMorgan Chase reached a tentative settlement with sexual abuse victims of Jeffrey Epstein, the deceased financier, after weeks of embarrassing disclosures about the bank's long-standing relationship with him. The bank and lawyers for the victims said in a statement on Monday. David Boyes, one of the lead lawyers for the victims, said the bank was prepared to pay $290 resolve the lawsuit. $290 million, that is. The parties initially had agreed not to disclose the settlement amount in their joint statement, as it was set to be included in a court filing within the next week. The proposed deal would settle a lawsuit filed last November in Manhattan federal court by an unidentified woman on behalf of victims who were sexually abused by Mr. Epstein over a roughly 15-year period when they were teenage girls and young women. The suit said the number of victims could potentially rise to more than 100. In the statement, the bank and lawyers for the victims said they had reached an agreement in principle to settle the lawsuit on behalf of the victims, and the settlement is the best interest of all parties, especially the survivors who were the victims of Epstein's terrible abuse. The settlement agreement was reached roughly 2 weeks after Jamie Dimon, JPMorgan's chief executive and one of Wall Street's best-known bankers, sat for a day-long deposition in which he said he had barely heard of Epstein before the financier's July 2019 arrest on federal sex trafficking charges. JPMorgan still faces a related lawsuit by the government of the U.S. Virgin Islands. That suit remains the biggest outstanding Epstein-related case after years of lawsuits against Mr. Epstein's estate and Ghislaine Maxwell's conviction in 2021 in Manhattan federal court for helping Mr. Epstein engage in sex trafficking. Let me see. Court documents and deposition testimony reviewed by the New York Times revealed that bank employees had filed numerous suspicious activity reports about Mr. Epstein's repeated large cash withdrawals. The legal documents revealed that after designating Mr. Epstein a high-risk client in 2006, the bank kept him on as a customer despite media reports detailing allegations of his sexual abuse of teenage girls and the evidence that some of the cash withdrawals were for payments to dozens of young women. JPMorgan provided banking services for Mr. Epstein roughly 1998 to 2013, a period in which the federal authorities and victims have said some of the worst conduct was committed by a financier who had palatial homes in Manhattan, Florida, the U.S. Virgin Islands, New Mexico, and Paris. The same lawyers for Mr. Epstein's victims negotiated a tentative $75 million settlement last month with Deutsche Bank, which succeeded JPMorgan as Mr. Epstein's primary banker. Deutsche, which ended its relationship with Mr. Epstein in late 2018, paid a $150 million fine to New York regulators in 2020 over allegations that it failed to sufficiently police its financial dealings with the disgraced financier among compliance failures. Yeah, man, so this was big news, but it wasn't really spoken about, and it was overshadowed by all the stuff about the Titanic exploration. So interesting. You know, I'll put the link in the description. This is from the New York Times. You guys can check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And I know a lot of people have said in my last video when I talked about Epstein, you know, Herc, you know he didn't commit suicide, bro. I know that. I know that he's probably somewhere on some island, shaved his head, changed his identity. You know, we know it's some bullshit. This is the games they play, and they think we're all dummies. So they continue to play the games, and, you know, we continue to talk about them. What do you do? Big Herc 916. Hello, my name is Big Herc 916, and I'm with the Wash Your Ass Committee, and I'm traveling across America helping people wash their ass and get their booty holes clean. And I have with me here today Wash Your Ass Soap, and this one in particular is Butt Naked Scrub, but I also have Festival, Oatmeal Milk and Honey, Jamaican Me Crazy, Monkey Farts, and all these scents smell very good. They will help cleanse your body of funk and also make you feel better about yourself. So if you can go to BigHerc916.com, you can pick you up a bar, and my goal is to help America combat funk. Go to the Herc store at BigHerc916.com and pick you up a bar of soap so you can wash that ass, or pick you up some Never Settle for Average merch or some of the Muscleup Car Lifestyle merch. We have hats, Never Settle for Average, got the Muscleup t-shirts. We also have the Never Settle for Average tank tops. Got the Muscleup Car Lifestyle hoodies. Got the beanie caps. Hey man, represent. And I know you guys aren't average, so pick you up some swag and step your game up. Hello, I'm Big Herc 916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.